For those who have had the chance to work with me, either in the cacao ceremonies or in my retreats or individual work, they know that I have a specific way to conduct ceremony, which is which follows certain traditions, but also goes beyond that. And I tell you why it goes beyond that. It's nothing to do with being a special or a groundbreaker or anything like that. It's just the realization that within the act of ceremony, our own energy gets imprinted. So ceremony is in fact our own ability to bring into the surface, bring into expression our fantastic inner world. And it might be a really huge concept to conceive, because when we see ceremony or when we sit in ceremony, there's a lot of things that goes into place. You have feathers, you have crystals, you have objects that are meant to have energetic properties. They are plants, they are different tools, and of course they all serve a purpose. They are part of nature. But it's not those tools or those elements that make ceremony. And that's something very, very important to comprehend. It's not the outer gathering of those elements that make the ceremony, that bring in the power into the ceremony. Is actually the unseen connection that we make with our inner world, that bring that vibration, that bring that energy alive through ceremony. So this is what I do in my retreats and in my circles. I encourage people to bring, to remember their own power and to connect with the inner world. And some of you may think, oh my God, she bang about inner world in a space, but this is so important because this is our power source. So yeah, I encourage people to connect to their own inner world so they can in themselves define what is ceremony for them. And it's so beautiful. I give you an example. I remember running a cacao workshop at my last retreat in Spain, and I gave everyone the same instructions, the same ingredients, the same tools to make their cacao potion, to create their own ceremony. And what they discovered through the making of their potion is that although they all follow the same instruction, they use the same materials, and they have the same guidance, their potion, each individual cacao drink tasted different, looked different, and when it was drunk, it had a different effect. And what was the common denominator which made this so different? It was the energy that each one carried inside and how they were able to transmit this. For me, a shamanic ceremony, and it has been since I started in this path, is an act of remembering. It's an act of remembering our own connection to everything that is around us. It's such a beautiful feminine space in which we can open up the gates of the body, open up the gates of the heart, open up the gates of the soul, and coming to embody a full expression. And sometimes and most of the time, to get to that heightened level of connection, we don't need the bits outside. And that's something important to carry. These are not the bits that carry the catalytic effects. Is when we are actually connecting to all of the gates of ourselves, and we open the unknown and we make it known. also at one of my forthcoming retreat in Lincolnshire this month, at the end of this month, we're gonna learn to use the voice. This has been a tool for eons, since ceremonies are known to bridge the outer realms with these realms. The voice is such a powerful tool to bring in catalytic effects during ceremony, healing effects, to bring in a new template of healing. The voice makes the soul remember their song back. The voice can actually lead us into coming back into a space of harmony with our body. In many ceremonies, when people, they are spinning out into other spaces, it is the voice, the song, the singing, the expression that bring them back into harmonious cohering within themselves. So we're gonna be learning that at the forthcoming retreat in Lincolnshire. And some people think that it's all about, knowing how to sing or having a sweet voice. It's nothing of that, I promise you, nothing of that. You don't need to learn how to sing with your heart, and for your medicine to be felt, and for your medicine to heal not only you but others, not only you but animals, not only you but plants and water and earth. So removing those barriers that we think is about perfection or technique or knowing the language is nothing about that. It's actually how can we be still, be connected, and have enough curiosity to let those walls that sometimes we make dissolve, so we can plug the switch back into our inherent connection with all that we are. And when we do that, the memory comes back, and with ease things come back to our awareness. We remember things from eons, maybe from our past life, maybe not, maybe things which are in our cellular memory that we always know. This is how I come to learn about ceremonies, by just allowing myself to remember and for my heart to be rejoiced by this connection. So I'm looking forward to be guiding this retreat at the end of the month. And if this is something that it calls you, please let me know. I have now 5 spaces, and they are getting up full pretty quickly. And this is a really a feminine journey. It's not about tools, it's not about feathers or crystals, although they add into it, but it's all about you remembering your wild heart, your inner power, your innate connection, and being able to express that in all of your groundedness into all that you do. It might be a ceremony, it might be in your work, it might be in your day-to-day life, it might be in your relationships. We can express shamanically not only when we are wearing a little feather or we having crystals. We can express shamanically at all time. So if you have any questions, to send me a message, and if you would like me to answer anything about the retreat, I'm happy to do a live streaming about that. So I'm gonna connect with you tomorrow all at this time, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and continue weaving this beautiful conversation and And thank you again. Thank you so much for joining and for watching and for all of your comments. Bye.